Howdy everyone, this is Mopbot, this is the Dime Society, and welcome back to episode number 76. We're here, back at the castle, and it's been a while since we've actually made some progress. We did a little bit in last episode, touching up some last couple of things, some small things, since we've been back from Germany and not actually have been able to record in the last month. So a whole lot has been done. I actually was doing some stuff with some villagers in between clips here, or in between episodes rather, and if we go ahead and pop on in, you'll see a couple of the new guys. I think maybe I only kept one of them actually. Brought several of them, but I've really just been trying to keep librarians. So I think I might have actually added two. So that guy I haven't had unlocked anything yet. That dude, Sweeping Edge, that's a new one. And then this is the one that we had in last episode. And not a whole lot else. Yeah, Frostwalker one. Nothing real special. Probably not going to keep him in the long run. But anyway, he's good for paper trades for now. But anyway, speaking of paper trades, it's time to work on the Slytherin Tower once again. It's been a little while since we've done that because I have not really been around. And actually, if we come around the side here, you'll see that the vines have completely taken over this building. So maybe at some point I should do something about that. But for now, I'm just going to leave it. And if we go ahead and pop on in there, that is going to be the Sugarcane farm as well as the Slytherin Commons room. And then we're, of course, going to have a storage area in here as well. So this top floor right here where all the light is where the Sugarcane farm is going to go. We're going to have one going up there, one going right there, one going right there. Probably nothing over here, but then we're going to have an area to go down to a storage room, and then we'll have one more layer below that for the Slytherin Commons room, and then possibly even a separate bedroom, so that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully going to get the whole tower done today, because I already have the structure built. That shouldn't be an issue. I wonder what that is, and I can't zoom because I don't have Optifine for 1.12 yet, but anyway, we're going to get to work, and it should turn out pretty well. I think the Sugarcane farm is going to be very, very helpful. And that top room is going to be pretty cramped, by the way, because it's going to have pistons back here, and then it's going to have the sugarcane, and then it's going to have a drop chute, and then a block of glass to stop the sugarcane from getting tossed into the middle of the room. So that's going to... yeah, that's going to come out to here on everyone. We're not going to have a whole lot of room, just enough for a staircase, basically, but hopefully it'll all end up pretty well. So I've been spending a while on this, and right away you can see quite a bit more. We have a lot more green pouring through the window here, and if you come on down, I actually modified this path just a little bit. Pull the wood over to here to make it look a little bit more separated. Before we had the cobble here just go right up to the door, and it looked a little odd, didn't really go together too well. And then at the end here I also pulled some of it out and just added a small, very, very small little garden, but I think it adds a nice little touch to the end here. But anyway, when we go on in here, I changed up my plan a little bit. So instead of having the 3 columns of this stuff going down, I decided just to cover both walls entirely with it, and that leaves a lot less dead space, which is pretty awesome. So pretty easy design here. We've got the sand with the sugarcane on top of it, the water behind it, lots of greens, by the way, bright green glass, dark green, is that concrete behind it that we laid the redstone on, and then also used as the back to hold the water in. And then the sugarcane can only grow too high because right underneath the sand is a bunch of string, and you can just barely make it out right there. I don't know if YouTube rendering is going to allow for that to actually show against the glass, but it is there obviously, otherwise that sand wouldn't quite be floating there. And then when the pistons fire off, it pushes the sugarcane forward into these glass panes, and it drops down onto those hoppers right there. So I probably, well, maybe I could have used a little bit more. I probably could have used the panes in front of the sugarcane as well, but it doesn't seem to have been an issue so far. I used the one up here in case the sugarcane kind of flies up, and it seems to have been doing the job. I cannot put it, however, across, or in front of rather, of the sand, because then it's going to connect to the sand and nothing's going to fall through it. So I did that at first and quickly realized that was not going to work. I also did green glass, the lime green at the beginning, and that was just way too much green for the room. So I think this adds a bit more, or at least, I don't know if I'd say more detail, but it makes it a little bit more subtle, and it lets the other greens pop a little bit more. It's not so much in your face, which I really do like. And if you haven't noticed already, I am using the original texture or the original color for the sugarcane instead of all that dyed stuff. I much prefer this. Definitely do kind of miss the old textures, and I do that in other places as well. Actually, I have a rose right here instead of a poppy, so if you do notice those little things, yeah, I've just reverted some of the old textures. For instance, also lapis. The lapis block is the original lapis block instead of the new one with the border. But anyway, getting totally distracted here. I could have also done green carpet over this, and where I used carpet for the covers of lights right there, I could have done the same thing. That's awesome. You just saw it work. Totally working fine. So yeah, there's a couple. There's one that's stuck there, one that's, oh, 2 that are stuck there, one that's stuck there, but out of everything that's grown, oh, there's another one right there. It's really not a huge deal. I've been getting a pretty good yield so far. Yeah, there's 2 of them actually that I grabbed from that. Yeah, it's not too bad. 80 in total. there's 80 possible slots for it to grow, but it does not grow fully every time before it gets harvested. So, you know, I'm not sure actually what it gets. It might get about 40 each harvest, but, you know, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. But like I was saying before, could have used green carpets here and in here to cover up the lights, but once again, I think that would have been too much green, and it allows you to focus a little bit more on the greens back here. But anyway, enough about that. If we come down to the end, we got this little staircase right here, decorated torches already, and then this door right here is just a maintenance room, so that's where all the redstone goes. The timer is back here, and that's just an etho hopper clock. 4.5 stacks of items, I do believe. That runs into a monostable circuit, and then that powers both sides there, and of course some more hidden lighting right there. So I actually decorated up this room. Originally wasn't going to, but had plenty of extra time. And then one more room in the back here. Haven't done a whole lot, but this is where the hoppers are going to go. So they're going to drop down there, and that's where the storage room is going to be. And if we come on through here and we keep going down, you'll notice that this takes a little bit of a sharp turn so that it goes right into the center of the room. So I'm thinking maybe we have kind of like a grand-ish staircase right here. Not a lot of room to work with, but if we do that, then we can have the storage wall right here, and then maybe if we have the staircase kind of split, we could have another one down in the middle, and that'll go into the Slytherin chamber. So still plenty to do, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to get this whole thing done in this episode, given that I have enough time. I think I will. I'm okay with having this video come out maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks after the previous one. Not an issue considering I've been gone for so long. I would like to get a bunch of progress done instead of just doing one a week like I generally have been doing. But anyway, I am going to get to work, and hopefully I do get quite a bit done between clips here. And we're back with a little bit different of a look here. We got clouds now, so I added Optifine back in, and you can zoom, and it's all nice. But now we also have the clouds raised all the way up to the max height, and I think it looks much better up there. Usually I have them off, especially without Optifine, because if they are at the normal level, they're like right there, and they start to cut off some of the higher builds. By having them all the way up there, they are, I think, above the build height, so they don't interfere with any of the other builds, which is awesome. And I think if I set them all the way down, actually, oh, where am I going to have to go over this? Details, maybe? Yeah, and if we turn cloud height, okay, to off, I don't know how it says no height, but yeah, you see it even just takes out like part of my building there. So that is definitely no bueno. It rides very, very low. And then by turning them up, that really does help. Where did I go? Details? Right. So anyway, now that we do have Optifine, we can zoom in and everything, which is awesome. Frame rate should also be a little bit better. And then I can play around with the other video settings a little bit more. Although I think I've left it straight how it is for the most part. So anyway, let's go ahead on here, take a look at the changes that I've made. I got the storage room in now, and if we head down this first staircase here, we already had that in from before and everything, but we keep going down, and now we are down here. So nothing super special really, just a lot of dark oak and a lot of cobble on the wall. So that has to stay because that's the outside wall. It's the exterior, and if we break through that, we're going to be completely outside. Oh, look, there was the sugarcane farm going. So we already have some bits. Haven't really been on in the area, although Ethize has been on for a little while, I believe. Yeah, and he's not too far from my base, so that's pretty awesome. So like I said, lots of dark oak. We got a staircase on both sides, kind of like a grand staircase style, except obviously very, very small, and then just a little platform to look over. Using the spruce fences, just trying to break up using too much dark oak. Yeah, I probably already did use too much dark oak, but you know, it's not a problem. I probably could have used oak wood or something right there, but I don't think it looks terrible. And then just a stone brick floor, we're going to deal with that probably once we start to come down here. And you can see now this will be where the Slytherin Commons room is, and we got the green carpets and everything. So starting to lead into it from this more kind of just like straight building style, how the rest of the tower is, and then into more of kind of like the Slytherin Commons rooms. We're going to have greens and blacks, and then we'll also start adding banners as well. So large wall of chests here. Probably never going to fill it all up, but that's perfect. I'd rather have more chests than not enough chests, and that means plenty of sugarcane, which means plenty of trading with the villagers, which means plenty of gems, and in turn, plenty of books. So that is absolutely awesome. And one thing I have not done since I've been back is checked on these farms down here. So oh, hello. So this is pumpkin and melon, and if we go ahead on down and check out how this is doing, hopefully it's gone pretty well since I've been gone. You know, being gone around about a month. That's full up to there. Oh, I don't think that's actually much further than it was before. Maybe it is. I'm not entirely sure. And that's almost the exact same, actually. So, maybe there hasn't actually been a whole lot of people on in this area, but that's totally fine. I don't really need a ton of those things. Melons are really just for decoration, and really so are the pumpkins. I just use them for jack-o'-lanterns for lighting and dot them about there. So don't need loads of them, but it is still nice to have. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get work on the commons room, and then possibly also the Slytherin bedroom. We'll see where it comes to when I come back. Going to be lots of blacks and greens, which will be awesome because we can finally use all those new colors in 1.12. And I have completed the build. Maybe didn't do my best work on it. I mean, I don't really know how much better I could have done, but I'm not 100% pleased with it. So first off, if we come on out here, you'll see that that sugarcane farm that was right there in the courtyard is now a carrot farm. So we got plenty more that we can use to breed over here. Because the sugarcane farm is done, we really didn't need that over there anymore. But anyway, if we go ahead and come on in here, I did make a small change up on the first floor here. And I added these extra glass pieces here. I know I said earlier it's probably not necessary, so I didn't bother doing it, but I figured I'd give it a shot and see if it helped, and it looks like the same amount is still getting caught. It almost looks like there might be more getting caught, so I'm not really sure. Gonna have to play around with it a little bit, but if we head on down here, let's just drop all the way down to the ground. You'll see that there's a large portion more now. That's just because I did dump all the extras in from the courtyard. And we hop on down, and yeah, so once again, possibly went way overboard with the dark oak. Yeah, it comes down here, kind of a lightly colored roof or ceiling, whichever you want to call it. And the commons room really isn't all that special. To be honest, I should probably add some extra carpets or something. It's just lacking something big. So very dark walls, which is good because I'm trying to make it kind of like a cellar feel. But the lights on the roof, that's not doing it. It's making the area very bright. Hello, I still have that on. Let's take that off. And we do have a couple of extra decorations as well as some furniture and the big stove in the middle, or furnace, oven, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really sure. Fireplace maybe. But we come on in here to the bedroom. Very, very cramped. Only 4 beds. 2 of each color, the black and the green. And then some iron armor stands. I had some gold armor in here, but that seemed to pop out too kind of too distinctly, almost, I guess is probably the best word for it. But I think the iron works pretty well. It fits in much better with the green and the black, in my opinion. The shiny gold just wasn't really doing it, but like I said, there's definitely more I could do. Let me know what you guys think, what I should do to change up the area, because I'm sure there is plenty that I could do. So anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Go and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all next time.